Subscribe to Get Curried and click on the bell icon for recipe notifications. Chocolate is an absolute favorite with children and adults alike. Today, let's transport ourselves into the fantasy land of chocolate. Yes, you guessed it right. It's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And the recipe that I'm doing today is butterscotch, which is Willy Wonka's absolute latest creation. Hey guys, this is Varun Inamdar and welcome to yet another episode of Khana Peena Aur Cinema. Well, there are various ways of flavoring with butterscotch. You can use an essence, you can use extract, but today I'm showing you a home technique, and that technique is by the use of sugar. The first thing that goes in the pan is white sugar. Well, do not stir this, do not fiddle with it till the sugar starts lightly melting on the sides, and that step would roughly take a minute. It's been a minute on high flame and you see the sugar has lightly started caramelizing on the sides. This is the step where you insert a spatula and give this an even mix. Well, this portion of sugar is primarily and only used for bringing out that nice and natural color and flavor of caramel, and this is not used as a sweetener. Reduce the flame and cook this till you get a nice golden brown caramel like so. Well, at this stage, you need to remember that the color of caramel needs to be a little more than normal. You'll start seeing that it slightly starts foaming and then bubbling, and that's where you add in the next ingredient, and that is butter. Well, you deliberately choose this stage because you would understand that the other ingredients are white in color. We have milk, we have cream, and we have yogurt, and that is where the color drops and becomes lighter and paler. The next ingredient that goes in is dairy cream. The flame can go off at this point in time, and this needs to be nicely mixed in the caramel and butter mix. Well, this now is butterscotch. What we had a little before this was caramel, but now this has converted with the addition of butter and cream into butterscotch. The next step is to add in some cold milk. And with this, the flame can go on for one last time. The purpose of this is to ensure that the butterscotch now, which had become a little hardened, starts remelting and mixing with milk. You need to be extremely careful with the stage of caramel because that is the stage which has got a very thin line between getting the right caramel and getting burnt sugar. So be very careful. Let's add in some sugar for sweetness this time. We need to cook this mixture till the butterscotch is nicely remelted and the sugar has sweetened this entire mix. The next step is to cool this down completely, and for that I'm transferring this into a glass bowl. To this I'm also adding in another critical ingredient, and that is yogurt. Let's whisk this well. This is going to make it additionally creamy and smoothie-like. Now there are two things here. One, we need to chill this, and we also need to make it a little lighter in terms of flavor. For that, I'm adding in cubes of ice, and we need to mix this well. You could also use another step which could be a little long drawn, and that is to chill this for 3 to 4 hours, and then just before serving, add in some chilled water. The ice is melted, this has become nice and chilled, and also this has lightened in flavor. One last step is to just balance the sugar and the caramel flavor, and that is by adding in just a pinch or touch of salt. Stir this well, and this now straight goes in your serving glasses. Well, this needs to be filled 3/4 because there's one more critical ingredient that goes on top, and that is just lightly whipped cream. And finally, to accentuate the taste of butterscotch, one last ingredient, and that is cinnamon powder. With this, butterscotch is done and ready, and trust me, this is your escape from the real world to Willy Wonka's fantasy world of chocolates. Do not forget to like and share the video, subscribe to Get Curried, and continue watching Khana Peena Aur Cinema.